All right, this video is being recorded because I'm a true follower of AMLO, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, and I mean there's not much information in English that you could find, so I'm making this as a informative video. Uh, there's so much so much going on about AMLO, which is Andrés Manuel López Obrador. It's a short abbreviation that he's not good, that he will make Mexico, he will convert Mexico into Venezuela, which I personally don't believe. I mean, you can make all assumptions that you can make that you want. You can make those assumptions too from the other candidates, Anaya, Meade, or Bronco, because basically what they're saying is they're just proposing, they're just talking, they're just saying what people want to hear, right? Most of the time. But precisely because of that, I believe more in what Obrador says. Why do I believe that? Even though Obrador has run for a presidential candidate 3 times over the last 18 years, I would say, precisely. In those 18 years, he has gone around Mexico, the country. He has gone to all the cities, all the states of the little towns. Like, he knows everywhere. So I would say that he's more connected with the people. I would believe more in him because he's more connected to everyone, more than anybody else, any other politician. Like, he's the first one to go through all the municipalities, and I think that's something that connects him to people, to the people. So that's how I know, or how I believe that he's gonna do good for the people of the country, the people that are in the outskirts of big cities, or in the little towns that live, poorly, that they don't have any food or other sources like phone, internet, things like that. I do believe he's gonna do good for us, and I mean mostly for those peoples, which is the root of everything. Like, we don't have a lot of production from farming or agriculture because of that. They don't really have the sources or the income to continue doing those kind of businesses, and also because they don't have the education. So it doesn't mean that they don't know, they're not intelligent. There's very intelligent people, but they don't have the opportunities. And I think that's what we need as a country. We need to have the opportunities. We need to have the sources. We need to have everything. Like, I would say more like in my personal experience, like in the U.S. It's rarely that you go to the U.S. to a place where they don't have water, where they don't have electricity, or where they don't have gas or internet. I mean, there's places where they don't have it, but that's because that's their choice, not that because it's not available. Where it's a city, a town, whatever it is, mostly you'll find it, right? I mean, there's maybe I don't know if exact, maybe little places that are specifically located where you cannot get those kind of things, but that's more like you have the choice to go wherever you want to go or leave, have the opportunities of jobs, or being able to work in whatever you want or study, right? It's also hard. I mean, it's not like everything is shiny and free, right? But it's better. The conditions are better. So that's what we need here, because and I think that's very important, because I believe that's where violence and corruption and everything comes from. Like, all the crimes that happen, people stealing, people robbing, people jumping the houses or the businesses. It's because they didn't have the opportunities. I mean, obviously there's other jobs, there's other things to do, right? But there's not really that many, or they pay enough, so people like to get more money. I'm not justifying that it's good, but I believe that that's something that helps that happening. So I think that if we attack that area of education, sources, opportunities, corruption, and justice, like he said, I believe we can be better as a country and decrease crimes and pretty much justice for everybody. I mean, there's a lot of racism, I would say, or elitism, where if you're rich, you're treated some way, but if you're poor, you're treated differently, which should not be like that, because also that decreases the opportunities for everybody. So I'm thinking that's something very important, and that's one of the reasons why I think López Obrador is a very good candidate, and he will do great as president. I don't think he's an angel. He's going to save Mexico from everything that has happened over the last 80 years, that mostly El PRI, the Revolutionary Party institution, or the PAN, the I'm sorry, I'm trying to think. The Party of Action, National Action. That's the name of the El PAN and El PRI. Those have been colluded many times, because those are the longest, most, the biggest political parties here in Mexico, and they have been in power for most of the time, mostly the PRI. But then the last two, before this one, that right now, Peña Nieto, El PRI, there was two PAN presidents from Action Party, National Political Party, El PAN, were in the power, and I think not much change. I'm not saying they didn't do any good. It's like with Peña Nieto, most of the things are bad or worse than when he started. He did some good things, because there's always going to be change. There's always going to be things are going to be better, but they could be way better if we have the politicians' support to actually commit to do it. Usually they do changes because it's moving with global change, but it's not really moving because they want to do it. It's because they are forced to do it, or it just happens because of the time. But we could be way better if we all wanted to do the same thing. Like, for example, with Obrador, I don't think I personally or directly will benefit myself. I mean, yes, as a country, but not directly. Like, I'm not getting a piece of anything or a political position, but I don't care, because I know, I have opportunities. I also struggle. I mean, like every other Mexican, but there's ways. Whereas I know that there's other people that don't even have opportunities, and we're wasting talent. We're wasting opportunities to be a better country and be more equal one another, or everyone. So that's my point of view. I hope you like this video. I would post more ideas, more propositions, also more information about Obrador when he was governor of Mexico City. And I hope this video is useful. Do good. Hope you support good politics, democracy, and I hope these elections in Mexico are true and respected by the authorities, that nothing has changed or weirdly changed, that that the winner is appointed by the government. I hope it's fair, and that we all Mexicans elect the candidate that we want to. Thank you very much.